Hello, everybody. Angel Arts is here, and welcome to a bonus combined squad session. I was only anticipating that we would need one. However, there's been a lot going on, understandably so. I think what's going on with Malik? I have no idea.
Look at my screen. You ruined my ship. You broke it.
Drim. Oh.
It's gone. It's gone.
So we just saw Spells' reaction to the last main squad episode live.
It's
The
gone.
main squad's been hiding that from you for so long. They've.
You know
It's
the
okay.
tribute at heart, because basically you have like Spells in the chat going, "I'm really starting to ship Rain and Drimmy," and just the main squad just points out there like going.
Yeah.
About that.
About that. Totally unplanned, which is the beauty of the whole thing. So as I was saying, I just got back from my honeymoon, and I'm trying to remember how to play this game, as well as the other characters. So let's start off with a warm-up, shall we? We're gonna do a fun warm-up, because I want to get to know another aspect of each of your characters that you may or may not have thought about. So, since we are in essentially the Olympic Games of at least as far as Earth is concerned, in a galaxy-wide sort of Olympic Games, I wanted to find out what are some of the pastimes or hobbies that your character had. Even if it was like when they were a little child, like maybe when they were a little kid, like were they involved in a sport? Were they involved in collecting something? I'm curious to see what did your character do for fun or used to do for fun, maybe before all of the craziness was happening, even if it was in their youth, just to get an idea from them. If anyone wants to think about it.
I know my answer.
I saw Chen raise her hand up first, so I'll go with Chen first, and then we'll go to Shogun, and then we'll go from there. Go ahead, Chen.
Crystal likes to take things apart and put them back together. She likes to figure how things work.
Was there ever a point in Chen's childhood when she was trying to take things apart and she got in trouble for it?
Can I think about that?
Yes, I'd like to know about an incident similar to that, if such an incident existed. Go ahead, Shogun.
My character's hobby has been well defined already, but my character has an above average desire to help people, and I have an entire psychological background as to why this is.
And so your character's hobby is to help people.
Your everyday
in his
superhero.
own sort of way.
That still stings, Spells. That game still stings right now. Okay. Quinn? Did Quinn do anything else for fun, or was that pretty much the main pastime?
Where things sort of became crazy, there was his well, before Quinn, everything sort of came apart. Quinn's desire was the cloaking device. After he figured out that the cloaking device, it became like just wandering around helping people. But before that, him and his hobby to make things like in his head.
Okay.
Not build things, but
Design things?
stories, really.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm looking for. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'm basically giving you guys a chance to give your character a different dimension. Like, if your character is a techie kind of person, I'm giving you a chance to tell me, well, they don't just do techie on their free time. Maybe they secretly... For example, Arkara, she likes to sing. I don't know if you caught that. She just gets really embarrassed if she sings, like, when somebody's listening, because she's actually terrible at it. But when you catch her by herself, like, or if somebody puts a bug in a room, she starts to sing, because that's one thing that she likes to do. So I'm giving you guys a chance to come up with something that the viewers may not know about your character, that gives them another dimension, so that they're not just, I build things and that's all I've done and that's all my character ever did and that's all my character knows what to do. So, but if your character doesn't have another extension of themselves hobby-wise, that's okay. That's perfectly okay. Just giving you the opportunity. Anyone else wants to go next? Oh, it looks like Spells wants to go next.
Yeah, I can go next.
Does Rain have a hobby besides singing?
Yeah. Whenever she was younger, she did what would probably equate to soccer with biotics. I would assume that the Asari would do something like that with soccer and biotics.
Yes, I'm sure they do.
Dance. She really likes dancing.
Makes sense.
She also did quite a bit of martial arts whenever she was younger.
Okay.
And part of the reason was to make her mom happy and proud of her. She also did speed shooting competitions.
Okay.
So she's always been fairly physically active.
You mentioned that Rain was into some sort of soccer, Asari version of soccer, or football, however you want to call it. Was there a specific team that she rooted for? And if so, I'm assuming that any biotic could play this sport.
Yeah.
Did she tend to favor the Asari only teams, or do you think that she actually had a team in mind that was not necessarily all Asari?
I think she would probably prefer a team that was a lot more well-rounded. So, if she always has in mind that if you're better than an Asari and you happen to be biotic, then you should be put on the team instead of the Asari.
Okay.
Simply because. So I don't think she would have rooted for the Asari only teams. Now, as far as their name, I haven't really thought of a name for the team that she would root for, but I'm sure there is one. Because she's fairly competitive and likes to root for her team.
There was an Asari team known as the Blue Ballers, but that name got scrapped very quickly, and their name got changed to something else. Shogun, let me go back to you. Let me ask you this. Does Quinn enjoy listening to music or watching movies?
The thing you're looking for is books. Quinn really likes
books. Okay.
Books, comics, manga, anime.
That's what I'm looking for.
And
that's what I'm looking for.
And is a disciple of the Star Wars trilogy. The Star Wars. If such a Star Wars exists.
I'm sure there are people to that day that still has a cult following. There's probably still a cult following with Star Wars to that day, I'm sure. I'm sure they have made numerous books and movies and reboots and remakes for a while. Because I'm sure Aya has every single one of them.
I came up with a team name for
in
you.
her collection. That was probably Aya's hobby.
For some reason, Aya has just been labeled the nerd, I guess.
Are you volunteering to go next, Aya?
Well, I'd say like she's more of a martial artist than like.
Okay.
Well, she does have like she is an avid player of video games because like she had to do had to learn the hacking somewhere.
Is she a shooter, or is she a secretly? I was gonna say, is she into shooter games, or is she secretly have the Cassandra complex of also having a soft spot for dating sims?
She's more into like hack and slash games and
I see.
Stuff where like you're a person with a giant sword that just makes everything around you fall to pieces.
Do you think she would have at least tried playing? Maybe somebody gave her a 2-week pass in playing the Galaxy of Fantasy video game that Anar plays.
Probably.
Probably. What did she think of it?
She would be like, it's too much time. Like
Okay.
I have to like It's something like, especially these later years, that she hasn't been able to do much because she's been so busy actually finding people that she was going to make hits explode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Otto disapproves.
Disapprove plus 10.
Spells said that he had a name. What, a team name? Is this the soccer team name?
Yeah, I was like I said, the Biotic Chargers, and Mike was like no, and then I was like, well, Team Sphere then, because the Biotic Sphere.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I was just joking, man.
Yeah, but the Biotic Chargers sounds like a team name.
It's still better than Blue Ballers.
Yeah.
Still better than Blue Ballers.
Well, everything's better than calling your team the Blue Ballers.
Actually, that's a kind of an intimidating. That's a pretty intimidating name. Yeah. I would play for a team like that.
Well,
Okay.
Team Sphere or Biotic Chargers, you get to pick.
Okay. Who would like to go next?
I can go next.
I think I know what. Well, I at least know one of Darren's hobbies.
Yeah, so I think
touching the butt of what's his face.
Go ahead, Darren.
I think we all know Darren has a fondness for movies, which he actually got from his father.
But there's a specific genre of movies.
Yeah, Darren's personal favorite would be romantic movies, specifically rom-coms. But he likes other genres as well. He's not like, he just prefers that genre because things tend to work out well in them, and he likes that fact. He likes pretending that the world can be happy and cheerful. Because he tries to be like that anyway, but things do tend to work out well in rom-coms, he feels. So he likes that. That's not anything, obviously. He is a casual gamer, but more than that, when he was a child, he was heavily into running, specifically long distance. He did quite well with that, and competed on a low level. So yeah.
Okay. Who would like to go next?
I can go next.
Okay, go ahead.
Lynn loves biology, so that's his book thing. But when for a while he was Luna, and then for a while at the Citadel, he was really into making synth music, like Vocaloid and playing Omni violin.
Oh wow.
Also, I would love to say MMO because that's what I do all the time. So maybe if he ever got a chance to, he might play MMOs.
Galaxy of Fantasy.
Did he play Galaxy of Fantasy as well?
He was probably a healer.
Nice. Nice.
You sure he wouldn't be playing the warrior or something?
No, healer. Also, probably a Tumblr user.
I would say so. Okay.
We've already established that Faith knows how to cook. She actually did enjoy cooking when she was much younger, which I'm guessing was when she was about 100 or so, somewhere around there. She enjoyed cooking, but at first when she tried, she was not very good at it, but she got better as she learned.
Okay.
And she also likes to read as well. She's loves to read romance novels, like me, but she's also into some horror books as well. I think she also liked to play the violin, but she left her violin in the vault, and she didn't need to bring it with her.
Very cool. Good to know that. Here's a question for you, Faith. You said you liked romance novels. Does that mean you also like romance movies, or not so much?
She likes a good romance movie, but some of the not so good ones kind of annoy her. But if it's good, as in really funny, then she'll like it as well. But
so that means that in the vault, you and Darren were front row seat people when they were playing Fleet and Flotilla.
Or maybe she was.
At first she was, but as they kept on playing it and playing it and playing it, it kind of got her.
Oh please! We all know she was volunteering for the play.
Yes, exactly. For the screenplay.
It got on her nerves after a while.
I'll show these cretins how to act.
And what was the other question? You said you like to cook. What was what was Faith's specialty? What dish was her specialty?
Barbecue. She has a recipe for crock pot barbecue that is really good.
That sounds tasty. Okay.
Actually, I'm basing that off of the recipe my dad has for crock-pot barbecue. He uses the pork loin for it. It's really good. And he makes his own barbecue sauce for it, so it's even better.
So you probably were a little out of practice then when you were in the vault.
Yeah, because she didn't have much to, use with that. But she may do at least.
New Orleans is known for its Cajun cooking, and I'm sure they have stuff there that could be turned into a barbecue if you tried. That
Probably.
might be kind of interesting. Okay. Curious.
How about a side of fried durian?
I don't think so.
You put the lotion on. Anyway, who's next?
I think in the amounts of time that she was doing it as a hobby, she didn't get in trouble because her dad lets her.
Oh, let her take things apart.
Yeah.
How about her mother and grandmother? Were they fine with her taking things apart?
When her dad wasn't around anymore, they told her to stop, and then she dropped it for a while.
Okay.
And other hobbies, maybe flying remote-controlled planes, like.
Ooh, that
model
sounds
planes.
fun. That sounds fun. Okay.
And then decided that she enjoys wordplay, so puns, good or bad, as long as it's clever, she's not going to roll her eyes or dismiss them like a lot of people do. Like they groan when hear bad puns, but she doesn't.
So did she used to watch comedies? Or read comics or I don't know, comic strips or anything like that?
No, but she can enjoy stand-up comedy. But she doesn't go to those shows. She just, if she's around for them, she would enjoy them.
Quentin's here! Yay!
Oh, Dragon's here now.
Everybody's here!
Solo actually used to enjoy sculpting. He used to make a lot of little, figurines when he was really, really young, but never really had time for it. Since his parents were killed and him and his sister were pretty much running around like crazy.
While we're waiting for Quentin to get set up, I'm gonna give you guys a chance to do something that I gave the main squad. Oh,
Never mind.
Hopefully we'll be back. I'm gonna give you guys the same opportunity I gave to the main squad, and I'm gonna have you guys tell me to answer the warm-up question based on a NPC of your choice.
I would like to learn about Shields' hobbies and interests.
Shields' interests.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like he'd be an interesting one to learn about. If other people have different ideas, feel free to.
So Maradal Shields is an interesting character because he also, when he was in his youth, he was very big into video games as well. And I think that whenever he played video games, he loves RPGs. And he's the kind of RPG player where if there is a morality system, like, for example, I don't know, a Paragon or Renegade system, I don't know if such a thing existed in such an RPG. He was one of those people who he always wanted to take the Paragon route. Like, he always click blue. He never liked to mix it up. He always wanted to click blue all the time. And that was fine for him. That was fine for him. So much so, and I think that fits for Turian. So much so that he, that was one of the reasons why he became a police officer or a member of CSEC, is because he just enjoyed simulating, the simulation of, beating up the bad guys and, bringing justice and all that when he was playing his RPG games. Other than that, he had this other secret hobby that he didn't really want to tell a lot of people because it was kind of embarrassing, but his, one of his close friends was actually a comedian. One of his close friends was a comedian from Dakuna, who happens to be the cousin of Otto. Otto's cousin is a comedian from Dakuna. And Otto's cousin, he started, one of the earliest things that he did in his comedy career was he tried to do ventriloquism So we had this really cute looking wooden dummy, but it wasn't a human wooden dummy. It was an Elcor dummy, and he was trying to do this ventriloquist act with the dummy, but it kind of didn't really work all that well because the way that Elcor normally communicate, they don't normally communicate vocally. They communicate with scent. So it didn't really make much sense for him to have a ventriloquist act with a dummy because basically he's not throwing his voice, he's throwing his scent. And that didn't really work out very well. So he ended up he was going to toss his Elcor dummy away, but because Marauder Shields kind of thought it was pretty neat and it was a cute looking dummy, he asked if he could have it. So Marauder Shields now has in his possession this Elcor dummy, and he pulls it out sometimes and when nobody's looking, and he tries to throw his voice. And if you're trying to actually throw your voice with an Elcor, it's a lot easier because you don't have to show emotion when you're throwing the Elcor's voice. So probably if any of you are around Marauder Shields, if you're passing by his room, you might hear coming from his room like things like, inquisitively, how are you today, Mr. Shields? And you might hear Marauder Shields respond back, I'm doing great. I'm doing great, Mr. What would his name be? What would be an Elcor, a dummy Elcor's name?
Fluffykins.
Fluffykins. I like Fluffykins. He'll say, I am doing fantastic, Mr. Fluffykins. Are you enjoying the Olympic Games currently? Oh yes, I am enjoying it very much. Oh, I mean, excitedly. I am enjoying it very much. But it's coming out, excitedly, I'm enjoying it very much. He's really horrible. He's really bad. But it's adorable. It's adorable that he's trying to do this. And, yeah. So that is Marauder Shields' secret hobby. It's ventriloquism.
Perfect.
Completely out of my butt. Pulled that out completely out of my butt. As I was saying before, if it seemed like I had to do some railroading, some plot railing, it was because I was trying to nudge you all to a point where all of you were together, because that was really important. I think you all, as players at least, would appreciate an opportunity for at least the squads to interact with each other. So I at least wanted to railroad you to that position. From this point forward, you guys are pretty much, the rails are coming off. You get to do whatever you want. I am not expecting you to necessarily continue on with whatever Rain is planning. I am not expecting you to continue on with whatever the Resistance over back at the Citadel wants you to do. If you guys want to go back and send food to your people back in the Purple Galaxy, that is up to you. If you guys want to, you know, actually go back to the Purple Galaxy yourselves, rescue them and bring them back, that is up to you. If you want to throw them into the Resistance, that's up to you. If you want to throw them somewhere else, that's up to you. You guys do whatever you want, and the main squad is going to react to whatever decisions you guys decide to do. You guys are pretty much dictating the plot from here on. Then one of the main reasons why the main squad hasn't played yet is because you guys are pretty much dictating the plot. For the most part, there's a few other things that I'm adding on. But for the most part, you guys are primarily dictating what the galaxy state is going to be, at least for as far as the green, red, and yellow, and blue, and purple are concerned. So,
everywhere.
So the only reason I'm saying that is you don't have to be shy about if one of you is like, this, you know, this is stupid. I don't, you know, believe a word that whoever, that so-and-so is saying, we need to do this. Don't feel that you are messing up my plans, because you're not. You are actually doing you're doing my job for me. I don't have to come up with what the next plot is going to be. You get to decide what the next plot is. So, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So, anyone who wants to RP something and with who, let me know. You got this. It is a free forum right now for you guys to RP with whoever you want and with whoever you want, and that includes NPCs.
Can I just it's not. I'm not really ARPing, but could I just give a quick like a explanation or exposition thing?
Shogun, before you say something, you had recorded something that you wanted the other squad to see. I'm willing to let them watch it right now if you want me to show it to them. Do you want me to do that? What you want me to
Go
do?
ahead.
My name is Quinn Narnupolia. You may recognize me from the vault. I am the leading scientist, stealth technology expert. I messed it up. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay. Delete. Okay. Oh no. I have to make this right. My name is Quinn Narnupolia. I am the leading stealth expert of the vault. If you three are here, I'm only assuming that Cyrus has already assigned you to the Normandy. I built that. As of right now, I don't have a lot of time, but we need to move fast. Things have become of greater complications than were expected. For now, I am assigning you a mission. My name is Quinn Narnupolia. You probably have already met me, for we are fighting against each other in the competition. Regardless of who wins or loses, I am your superior. No. Dang it. No, have to be. They're my friends. Gotta make them work with me. Okay. Hello. My name is Quinn Narnupolia. We have already met, but I could not discuss freely what I can discuss with you now. I am the head of stealth drives and engineering in the vault. I built the Normandy stealth drives. I fixed it by hand. I don't have a lot of time, but for now I am acquiring you with a different mission. Your mission is to get dang it. Okay, last time, 10th, 100th is the charm. Okay. Hello, my name is Quinn Narnupolia. I am from the vault just like you. I'm from the same galaxy as you where the Reapers won. I am from the vault. I am head of stealth drives and engineering. We already met, but I cannot have spoken freely with you as I can now. There are several things you need to know. For now, I will make it brief. I don't have a lot of time, but I am assigning you with a critical mission. I need you to bring an Athabasca class freighter to the planet of Alchera. I don't have a lot of time, but I am assigning you with an important task, a mission to accomplish. I need you to bring an Athabasca class freighter to the planet of Alchera, the location of the vault. If you cannot do it to get it to our original galaxy, just get it to these coordinates. The coordinates of a couple feet in front of the vault is splayed out on the hologram or whatever. Out of character. This is a critical mission. No, our enemy is the Reapers, and I am not content in being trapped in a cage. I assure you, we are going to fight and destroy them. But for now, we must play this smart. We cannot trust any council. I have come across a galaxy where the Reapers have been destroyed. For codename's sake, we will refer to this galaxy as the Red Galaxy. They are the only ones we can trust. We cannot assume to know the Reapers' plan, but we can assume it did not involve their destruction. but also there is a third party in what, for codename sakes, will be referred to as the Yellow Galaxy. A galaxy where the elusive man has claimed control over the Reapers. This party cannot be trusted either. However, we cannot afford to create enemies. So while we do not trust them, we cannot ally ourselves with them or anyone assumed allied against them. Lastly, and I need you to pay attention to this part. If we meet again, you cannot speak about this message. And most importantly, above all else, the reign I am associated with cannot be trusted. End message.
Can I just give a, not really an RP, but a quick explanation as to why Quinn was not able to make it?
Please, yes.
Okay. If you will, please envision in your head a screen closing in on a lone Quarian named Quinn as he makes his way down to the arena. Suddenly, the screen pans to the right, seeing a elderly Turian woman loading boxes into a car. Quinn quickly goes to help. Please, miss, let me help you. He puts it into the truck, yada yada. You got everything handled, miss? Well, hon, I do need help with the rest, if you wouldn't mind. Suddenly the screen pans and a giant mountain of boxes appear. Time lapse. Thank you, miss. I will now be on my way. So Quinn begins walking again. Then suddenly the screen pans to the left. And seeing there is now a poster, a vid or something of a lost Baron and a number wishing to dial. And almost through magic sitting right below the poster is the Baron. The screen suddenly switches and you see a Baron dash across the screen as Quinn quickly follows behind. The screen blinks again, and you see Quinn handing a Baron over to a large Krogan. Thank you, sir. You're a lifesaver. My little Sasha wouldn't survive by herself. No problem. Quinn begins running. Then suddenly the screen time lapse. The screen turns again, and there is a tiny human boy looking up at his sky plane thing stuck on a ledge. Quinn decides to help. Here you go, boy. Time lapse. A bunch of old men in the park whose radio happens to be broken. Time lapse. An elderly Vorcha woman. Time lapse. Oh,
that's why he's
person
I
helping. Person.
It's your hobby.
Yes.
And
It's your hobby.
long enough.
Less of a hobby, it's a psychological demand.
And then just when you think you finished the very last thing, you look up and there's a big giant screen showing that the obstacle course winner has been selected. Yes. And you're like, oops.
That was incredible.
Bravo. Well done, Shogun. Bravo. I am giving, because of such an amazing display of selflessness, I am giving you a Paragon point for that. Yay, Paragon point. So Alpha Squad, you guys are going to be up there on the stage when they announce that you have won the this particular event, and Liam Nathaniel Musi, surprise, surprise, is going to be strolling up. He's got his video cam team, you know, following him, and he will go up to whoever the leader, I guess it would be Faith in this Is Faith the leader? I guess.
Faith is the official leader,
Official
but Rain's
leader.
been the personality the entire time.
Liam will come up to you and says, "Congratulations, Rain. Your team has victoriously won an astounding feat of skill down in the obstacle course. Tell me, what exactly did your team do specifically to prepare yourselves for this event?"
We had a lot of practice running for our lives on a regular basis, and she's gonna like shrug it off as a joke. Like, we had a lot of practice running for our lives. It's okay.
He then says, "What did you think of the rest of the competition so far?"
I can see some good potential in some of the teams, though I happen to notice that my rival is here as well, competing.
As soon as you say that, you hear several people cheer out Elias's name.
Oh boy.
And they says, "Yeah, people have been wondering if there was going to be an opportunity for the two of your separate teams to duke it out."
And she's going to like make a gun with her hand and point it at the camera as like her signature thing that she does after a concert. And she's gonna be like, "I don't plan on losing this time," and winks at the camera. It's like he's going down.
You see several cheers as different members amongst the crowd, half of which are chanting your name, half of which are chanting Elias's name, and each one's trying to out-chant the other. It is at this point that Quinn...
Elias.
It is this moment, right smack in the middle of this interview, that Quinn starts running, huffing and puffing, and he gets up on stage. And he looks absolutely exhausted and out of breath from running from who knows where he's been this entire time. And that Liam says,
Some of the crowd starts booing when they see him.
Yes. Liam says, I see that one of your team members has finally decided to show up.
It's okay. I had him fetching some personal things and doing a few things that needed attending to.
Everything all right with the rest of your team then?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, we definitely are going to be keeping a close eye on your team, and best of luck to you for the rest of the competition.
All right, thank you. I'll see you soon.
And cut, he says. All right. Good job, everybody. I will see you all bright and early tomorrow morning. He flashes you a smile, turns around, and leaves.
So, and Rain's gonna turn to Quinn's like, "You all right? You look a little out of breath there."
I am fine. Yes.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, I need to talk to you and Salo privately.
And if I have other plans?
It won't take too long. Don't worry about it. You'll want to know.
Fine.
Okay, so you want to go talk to Salo?
I'm basically
Quinn
pulling
privately.
Quinn and Salo aside to talk to them,
So
where
we
we
will
won't
do
be
that.
overheard.
In the meantime, so when this is all taking place, this is roughly in mid-afternoon. All of the contestants will be told that there is going to be dinner served. There's going in the banquet hall for all of you. They will expect you to be in your best dressed. There will be live music, singing, dancing, and a smorgasbord buffet. So everybody is looking forward to seeing you there.
So as soon as she gets away from all the cameras, her back is gonna tense a little, and she's gonna like sober really fast, like she was playing up the crowd, and says, "Quinn, you remember our talk we had on the ship?"
Oh, we've had so many lovely talks. I have hard time remembering them all.
You know exactly the one I'm talking about. It's right after we got shields on the ship.
Yeah. By the way, the guy's not as bad as I had envisioned him.
Yeah, I had pictured him more like strict. I don't know.
Damaged.
Yeah, I don't know. He's remarkable, I guess. But anyway, it's about that. I'm gonna need
You're
you.
really calling me out on something. I was gone. I missed one thing.
It's not that, Quinn. I need your and Solo's help, and you're the only ones that I can actually ask to do it. And
What do you need
whatever
us
you
to
do, you can't speak of it on the ship. What I need you to do, Solo, you and Quinn have the permissions to do routine maintenance scans on the ship. I'm going to give you more permissions to do maintenance scans on the entire ship. What I need you to do is I need you to look for bugs, overrides, anything that stands out to you, any anomaly, and make an override for the override, and an override for that override. I want them all circumvented. I will not have control of that ship taken. And if you can do it stealthily and without getting caught, make a copy of Edie. If we ever have any problems with that ship, that VI is going to be our toughest obstacle.
Piece of dextro cake. We'll have it done in no time.
And the reason why I want Quinn involved is in case you need... Do you think you might be able to figure out a way to cloak signals? I know you're the master of stealth technology. There might be a way to do it.
I could cloak a signal. That is not impossible, but
But if
very
you're the one
impressive.
person to do it, if I had one person to ask, it would be you to do it.
I can think of something, but it's very expensive.
Money is no object. We
Then
have the
just
fate
give
of the
me-
galaxy working out for us here.
You cannot. Okay, fine. Do you want to know what it is, or do you just trust me to get it done?
Honestly, would I even know what you were talking about if you told me?
No.
Okay, then don't bother.
Good. Is no one interested in where I've been?
Well, I've heard some things after the competition. I've heard some things over the radio about this Quarian that's been running up and down the streets like a madman. So
Figures I already have a paparazzi.
You're getting quite famous here.
Between booze and acts of admiration. To be honest, the acts of admiration are sort of the ones that trouble me the most. I think we're done, unless Salo has anything.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're done here. Yeah, we're done. She's just going to impress upon them that they can't say anything about it on the ship and try to do it as covertly as possible.
Okay, so probably after the first game, and she's Crystal finished drying her hair, and at the same time she's cleaning up, she's watching the replay of the session, so she gets to see how the other team members are doing and what kind of strategy they used.
Oh, Miss Chen, is there something wrong?
No, good job on during the competition. You did well.
Thanks. Yeah, I was actually shocked that... Yeah, I was shocked by the results, to be honest, but I guess I had... I don't know. Yeah, thank you.
Mind if I take a look at your suit? Just
Mind.
in case there's any damage.
Sure, I mean, my Omni tool normally tells me there's some problems with it, but it seems fine.
Okay, she settles down near you and just does scans and check the join areas and maybe the helmet, the back of the helmet and stuff. Make sure there's no leakage or cracks that it's not easily found by Lun himself.
You spend some time examining the suit, and there doesn't seem to be any major problems with it. other than, you know, your typical wear and tear from the competition?
Yeah, but that was just to spend the time with
Yep.
Lun so that
Absolutely.
he can talk.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So, back on Earth, when we were at the psych ward,
Yeah.
I have showed a side of her that was never seen back in the vault. I'm kind of concerned about her state of mind for our mission.
Well, she's our captain after all. I mean, she's hot-headed and a show-off, but I'm sure she's okay. She knows what's the smart thing to do after all.
Did she tell you what she did?
No. We didn't really have a chance to talk about that, but I mean, I was more preoccupied with other things.
Our target, Timaeus Denimus, she punched him with her left arm without provocation.
But
I'm
that's just...
concerned that this dimension jumping is complicating our way of dealing with people.
I mean...
And I'm worried about what we must do next. Would you be willing to talk to her?
I guess so, yeah. At the end of the day is, we've got our mission, and I suppose people have got to remember that the people of the different universes aren't our people.
That's right.
No matter how much they look and sound the same, they're not the same people that we know.
I think you will get through to her.
I doubt she'll listen to me, but I guess I can try for you.
Don't worry. She has a soft spot for you. And then she leaves.
What did you mean by that?
She leaves.
It's like looks at Luke's just like, I don't get it.
Nudge, go on. Out of character, go on.
Okay, are
I'm
you done?
setting it up for you.
Okay, whereabouts would I find Rain?
You could probably grab her after she gets done talking to Salo and Quinn, because she'll be heading out of the stadium and like towards a bunch of stores.
Okay.
Well, actually, after she comes out of the locker room, she'll be dressed in like normal clothes and have her armor underneath her arms.
Hmm.
So,
Hey, Rain, could I have a word with you quickly?
oh, sure, I'm heading to the paint shop. I could use some company.
Okay, awesome. Okay, this isn't going to be super easy. I feel like I need to talk to you because I think we're friends, and I'd want you to do the same in if our positions were reversed. Thing is, you keep showing that you don't trust us. Like the thing with with the other squad was Rain's sister. You keep showing that you don't trust us, and trust has to go both ways, Rain. Like, I've chosen to trust you, but if you keep proving that you can't trust us, then how are we supposed to trust you back, you know?
She's gonna take a deep breath and sigh and kind of like, she has her armor under her right arm, she's gonna kind of rub her shoulder, her arms, like, it's not that I don't trust you guys. I actually would like nothing more than to trust you and tell you everything. You have no idea, but...
I get that. I don't know everything, and I'm sure you're keeping things to yourself for a reason, but...
I'm worried for everyone else.
I know, but you don't have to do everything by yourself. I know it seems easier, you keep people at a distance and they can't hurt you, but... then you have no one who can hurt you. You know, it's pretty lonely. Like I've been there, I've tried not trusting anyone, and to be honest, it just sucks. So, I'm not saying you need to, like, you know, spill the beans, tell us everything, because I can't tell you to do that. But I don't know. I just feel like I can't not say anything. You know.
Truth be told, Darren, I'm afraid. Every time I've let someone get close, they've either died, disappeared, gone missing, or any number of anything.
I know it's not easy, but you can't spend your whole life alone, because is that really any better? You keep people away, and you don't have to do this all by yourself. And I'm not telling you what to do, as I said. You do what you think is right, but know that if you change your mind, we are here and we will support you.
But what can I do? What can I say?
Tell us what you know. Like, hell, this event we're doing, we don't even know the reason why we're doing it.
Well, I told you that I needed someone, one of us, to win at least the first round so I could get something from, or at least get information from one of the judges to help us.
Yeah, but what information? Why do you need it? You know?
I need it to track down the item in this universe to repair the Crucible, I think. Yeah, Crucible.
Right. As I said, do what you feel you need to do, and I'll support you either way, but you know, just think about it, I guess.
I appreciate it. Truth be told, whenever I know I can't keep holding on to these things forever, there'll eventually be a time where I have to tell everyone, but now's not that time, and knowing too much right now could put the entire thing in jeopardy, the entire mission in jeopardy. I have to play things right, and I don't know how many people are going to be standing by me in the end.
Well, I will be. There's all pats from the shoulder.
She takes another deep breath, like, just walk with me to the paint shop for old times.
Sure. Why do you need paint, by the way?
She's gonna kind of shrug at our armor, and like it's all old and the paint's coming off and dented. She's like, this thing needs a new coat of paint. It's got scratches everywhere.
Fair enough. Okay, I think we can end that scene.
Yeah.
I think she was just probably gonna go see if she can find a bookshop so she'd have something new to read.
On your way to the bookshop, Faith, you hear someone calling out your name, and running towards you is Trissy. Hey,
Trissy.
She ran over to you, and she says, "Oh, thank goodness I found you. Where's everybody else?"
I guess they've gone their own separate ways, whether back to the ship or guess to find something to do.
She says, "I watched the whole thing. You guys were amazing. It looked so much fun."
Yeah, it was.
At this point, you hear in the distance say, "Hey guys!" And you turn around and you see a half-human, half-Quarian coming to your direction. It's Chris. "Oh, hi, Chris," Trissy says. "Hey guys, what you doing?"
Well,
how does Faith respond?
Well, I was heading off to the bookshop to get a couple of new books.
Oh boy, he says, do you think I can come too? I like books.
Sure, if you want to. I don't mind.
I was trying to, to hang out with Aya, but she kind of left in a big hurry, and then I tried to go hang out with Quinn, but he kind of left in a hurry too. Like, all of a sudden, everybody just kind of disappeared. So, yeah, let's Have fun, friends, Chris says. Sure, Trissy. Trissy says, why don't you just come along? So the three of you go over to the bookshop, and as you guys are, when you go in, and when you guys enter in the bookshop, Faith, you have several people immediately recognize you as one of the contestants, and most of the probably more like teenager, middle school aged youth approach you and ask for your autograph.
She'll be a bit embarrassed, but give them the autographs like they want.
Several of Chris says, "Oh yeah, and I was in the competition too," and several of the people look towards Chris's direction. They're like, okay, that's nice, and they turn back towards Faith. And Trissy says, "Yeah, Faith. She and I, we've been great friends for a long time, and like all of her training is just incredibly impressive. And people seem to be very impressed by the mere presence of this. Are you a Justicar by trade? Is that what you are?
No, she was in the Asari military. Before all that
okay.
started.
I see. Okay. Would Trissy have known that? Probably.
Yeah,
Probably
at
not.
one point or another.
At one point, yeah. I mean, they've hung out in the vault. I'm sure they would have had some girl talk at some point. Trissy would have gotten it out of you at some point. And she says, yeah, she used to be in the Asari military and yada yada yada. Every now and then, Chrissy pipes up with something like, and I have a bug collection. Not on me, but I'm trying to start it back up again. Several of the people say as they turn back towards Faith. Meanwhile, there is a big giant monitor up above you that is showing reports from the competition, and there is a close-up shot of a few of the contestants. One of the close-up shots goes up to sync, and when the close-up shot goes up to sync, Trissy is watching this monitor, and then all of a sudden her facial expression changes a little bit, and she kind of goes. She tilts her head, looking up towards Sig's direction. Faith would have noticed it right away.
You okay, Trissy?
Huh? Oh, sorry. She said, I was just watching the results of the games up on the screen. I'm sorry, were you saying something?
I was just wondering if you're okay. You kind of spaced out a bit when you were looking at the monitor.
Oh, she says, I was, she starts blushing a little bit. That team over there, she says, have you guys met them? She's pointing at essentially with the main squad.
She'll look up at the monitor, kind of tilting her head a bit, looking at the contestants, saying, "No, I don't think I have."
She says, "Can't say I've seen them myself around here. They must have, registered late or something. Otherwise, I would have seen them in some of the other stuff that you guys were in. That guy over there," she says, pointing towards Sig. He's kind of cute.
She'll kind of smile and just playfully pat her shoulder. Well, now, you think he's cute?
She says, well, there's nothing wrong with that, right? I mean, it's not like I'm attached to anyone.
She'll kind of smile and say, "No, there's nothing wrong with that."
If Darren had his way, I pretty much would not be attached to anyone until I was 50.
Well, brothers are like that. They'll be protective of their little sisters. Like I am with my...
I can take care of myself. Do me a favor, she says. If you ever interact with him, just keep that in mind, she says.
I'll be sure and do that then.
Meanwhile, Darren, you wanted to go talk to Aya.
Lun wanted to go talk to Aya.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lun wanted to go talk to Aya. Or correction, Crystal wanted Lun to talk to Aya. Go ahead. I don't know where Aya would be at this point.
She would probably be in the
alcohol cabinet.
No, she would actually be in the armory of the Normandy. Like she would be at the table, have her arm put on it, and she'll be sitting tweaking it a little bit.
Okay, I guess Lun's probably got like Lucas on his shoulder. He's probably still being like, humans so weird, as he's walking into the ship and probably searching for Aya because he was told to go speak to her. And
okay.
I guess through, like, obviously going through, okay, not the alcohol cabinet. That was stop number 1. making his way through till he gets to the armory.
Stop number 2.
No, stop number 2 was probably the captain's deck. He'll kind of like knock lightly on like the wall, like that.
Oh, hey, Lun, can you wait for a bit? I'm in the middle of some calibrations.
Someone say calibrations.
Oh my god.
Sorry. He'd be like, sure, yeah, Chen just wanted me to speak to you, but I guess I can do that later.
Well, I guess I have time. She'll just keep like tweaking it a bit. Like, okay, yeah, I think it should not short out in the water now, and she'll reattach her arm.
Did you have problems with it in the water?
Yeah, it was kind of like, it was just 20 kilos of dead weight.
See, this is when probably Chen's the person to speak to about your arm. She's more techie than I am.
Yeah, well,
Anyway, Chen told me what happened during the asylum run. You punched a guy and blah blah blah.
Well, things happen. Don't worry about it.
Well, you gotta remember that guy's not the same guy who's whatever wronged you, I guess. I don't know, you've never told me what happened between you two.
Well, yeah. Some bad things happened. She'll look away and have a dark expression.
I mean, if you want to talk about it, I'm here if you want.
Yeah, well, do you know that doctor guy that checked up on us before the competition?
Yeah, that was a close call.
That's my brother.
Okay.
Oh, well, a version of my brother. And, well, me and him haven't spoken in a long time now.
How come? I mean, I don't have any siblings, so I don't understand what... I mean, seeing Darren and Trishty, why would you not...
Something happened. We were on a ship, or I was, with our parents. We were attacked by pirates. Pirate led by... And here I am not being able to fucking remember his name.
Timaeus?
Yeah, that's one guy, but that's not the only guy. The other one. Here. We were attacked by pirates led by Dane Anderson. Among them were Timaeus, and well, let's just say that things ended badly.
I'm guessing
And-
not in a good way. Well, badly, obviously, but
Well,
I can
it
only
ended
imagine.
with- if you have you ever wondered why I don't have my normal left arm anymore?
Oh, I can put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. That and, well, Timaeus practically executed the entire commanding staff of the ship.
How many were left then?
Well, he didn't get away easily. I'm only sad that I didn't get to kill Dane myself.
Yeah. So how come you and your brother went distant? I'd have thought something like that would have put you closer together.
He wanted to stick with the Alliance. When one of the Alliance's biggest leaders' own brother was the one who killed our parents. I couldn't just... It didn't sit well with me.
Well, I know it sounds a bit rough saying it, but remember the guy that you punched isn't the same person.
No, but I could see in his eyes that he'd done similar things. And I read his file too. He wasn't
always-
exactly a good guy.
I know, but just try and remember that next time, because it won't do you any good and it will change who you are.
Yeah. I'll think about it.
Chen said something else, and I don't understand either. I don't know, maybe Chen's misreading things. Apparently you have a soft spot for me. I don't understand how.
Oh, poor sweet little thing.
I'm not a child, you know that, right?
Oh, I know.
Children
Just don't worry your pretty little head.
Ugh, God, I hate you sometimes.
And then she'll just grab him and give him a kiss on the cheek, and then shove him away. Now, hush, I'm working.
It's like stood there, just
Wow.
reboot. Can you imagine if
okay.
like if the face mask was a screen, there'd just be like the buffering symbol.
And thus a new ship was born.
A new ship is sailing.
It's like the buffering sign, like Luna's rebooting. Okay. Humans are weird.
So that happened.
Just like slowly walks out.
Lucas,
Okay.
what happened? I
So
don't get it.
if there isn't anything else that people need to do at this immediate time, I was going to move on to the dinner, to the banquet, unless someone needs to do something.
Rain
before
was
dinner.
going to invite Trissy and whoever else wanted to come to go shopping for clothes.
Oh
yeah,
my
I think Faith is gonna have to
gosh,
go get
yes.
some.
Trissy says. Oh my god,
yes.
yes.
Okay, I assume Darren has the squad going.
So
then.
wait, you go shopping for clothes? Are you sure that there's like I will just be standing in like her? She'll have a pair of old, tattered Alliance like Alliance uniform pants and then a tank top. You sure this isn't enough? Good enough?
I think you
I
need
will
something
let
at least that's not
someone
tech.
else fight this battle. But she's basically going to invite anyone else that wants to come to go shopping for clothes, and she's also going to give Trissy like her a tub of her favorite ice cream, as like an apology for the monochrome plaid comment.
Salo, your little sister Nilu is going to hear. She's going to be nearby when she hears the message from Rain offering to go get new clothes, and Nilu will turn to you and say, "Oh, brother, could I please go and get myself a new suit? Something a little bit nicer than what I've been wearing for the past several weeks."
Absolutely, go for it. I myself, I think I'm going to work on something special for me, but you go ahead and have fun. Buy yourself something nice.
Also, you're kind of like, I think you've grown a bit. It seems, I think you need a new thing soon.
She says, she says, absolutely. And she holds out her hand towards her brother as if asking for his credit chit.
Don't spend it all at once.
She starts to giggle, and then she will run off with the rest of the shopping crew. Now, who's going on this shopping excursion? Actually, I think Trissy is gonna probably turn to Darren and say, Darren, you need to seriously get yourself a new suit.
Wait, you mean I can't go like this?
You gotta go get something that's gonna make Tibbs blush from his roots to his toenails whenever he sees you next time.
She's like, I know all the girls.
Come on, Darren. Come on, Darren. Salo is paying.
Trissy says, I know all the girls love the rugged look, but you gotta clean up sometimes.
I suppose.
Come on, Darren. Salo is paying.